So we're going to spend another day on prime factorization. If you are not getting this, you need to reach out to your teacher and send problems of your work so they can explain to you what you're doing wrong. By just saying, I don't get this, we cannot help you. We're not mind readers, so keep that in mind. So we're going to start off with small numbers and then go up to bigger numbers so it gets a little harder. So our first number is 8. To do the prime factorization of 8, you need to say two numbers that multiply to 8. So since there's going to be two numbers, you draw two lines. What times what is 8? 2 times 4. Now you look at your list of prime numbers. Is 2 on your list of prime numbers? Yes, it is. Since it's on your list, you circle it. Is 4 on your list of prime numbers? No, it's not. So you do not circle it, and you draw two more lines coming down from it. What times what is 4? Hopefully you said 2 times 2. Now, is 2 a prime number? Look at your list. It is. So you're going to circle it. Is 2 a prime number? Yes, it is. So you circle it. Now you write these numbers from least to greatest. There's only one number, so it doesn't matter which one you write first. And you get 2 times 2 times 2. Now, when you write this into Excel, they want it in exponential notation. So your base is going to be a 2. Since there's 3 of them, your exponent is a 3. And that's your answer. Say we had the number 15. Always start with your two lines. You say what times what is 15. Hopefully you said 3 times 5. Look at your first number. It's a 3. Go to your list. Is 3 a prime number? Yes, it is. So circle it. When you have a circle, that means you're done. You don't have to look at that line anymore. Go to your other number. It's a 5. Is 5 on your list? Yes, it is. So circle it. Since you are ending your two circles, you're done. Write them from least to greatest, smallest to biggest. 3 is small, smaller than 5. Since your numbers do not repeat, that is your answer. Now say we up the ante and we go to 32. You might say to yourself, I have no idea what multiplies to 32. So start with your first prime number. Take your calculator and do 32 divided by 2 because your first prime number on your list is 2. If you notice, it goes to a whole number 16. That means 16 times 2 is 32. So your two numbers are going to be 2 and 16. Look at your list. Is 2 on your list? Yes, it is, so circle it. Is 16 on your list? No, it's not, so that means it needs another 2 lines. What times what is 16? You might not know what times what is 16, so put 16 in your calculator. Start with your first prime number. Divide it by 2. Is 16 divisible by 2? Yes, it is. You get an 8. So your two numbers are 8 and 2. Are either of these prime? Hopefully at this point you know 2 is prime. So since 8 is not prime because it's not on your list, it gets 2 more lines. What times what is 8? Hopefully you said 2 times 4. You circled 2. Is 4 prime? No, it's not. So it gets another 2 lines. What times what is 4? 2 times 2. Which are both prime. List your circles from small to big. In this case, they're all the same number. And there are 5 of them. Since they're all the same number, your base is 2. Your exponent is 5 because there's 5 of them. Next up, we have 65. So again, you might not know what goes into 65. Start with your first prime number. Is 65 divisible by 2? No, you get a decimal, so move to your next prime number, 3. Is 65 divisible by 3? No, you get another decimal, so go to your next prime number. Is 65 divisible by 5? Yes, it is. 5 and 13. Look at your list. Is 5 prime? Yes, it is. Is 13 prime? Yes, it is. Your endings are circles, so you are done. List them from small to big. Do you have any repeating numbers? No. So that is your answer. All right, 2 more problems and you're trying some on your own. So again, you probably have no idea what goes into 117. So start with your first prime number. Is it divisible by 2? No, it's not. You get a decimal. So what's your next prime number? 3. Is 117 divisible by 3? Yes, it is. You get 3 and 39. Go to your list. Are either of these prime? 3 is. 39 is not. So you might not know what goes into 39. Start at the beginning of your list again. Is 39 divisible by 2? Nope, you get a decimal. Is 39 divisible by 3? Yes, it is. 3 and 13. Is 3 prime? Yes. Is 13 prime? Yes. Are all your ending numbers circles? Yes, so write them from least to greatest. So you have 3 times 3 times 13. In IXL, they're going to want you to write it in exponential form. So since you have a 3 repeating twice, it gets an exponent of 2 times 13. And last problem. $252. So you probably have no idea what goes into 252. So start with your first prime. Is 252 divisible by 2? Yes, it is. You get 2 and 126. Are either of those prime? 2 is. You probably have no idea if 126 is prime, but you know it's an even number, so it's divisible by 2, so it's not prime. So take 126 and divide it by 2, and you get 63. Are either of these prime? 2 is. Now 63. Start back at the beginning. Is 63 going to be divisible by 2? Hopefully you said no because it's odd. Is it going to be divisible by 3? Yes, it is. 3 and 21. Are either of those prime? 3 is. And 21 is not. Break down 21. Hopefully you know 3 times 7 is 21. Are either of those prime? They both are. So circle both of them. If you notice, all your endings have circles now. So you can list them from least to greatest. You have 2 2s, 2 3s, and a 7. To put it into exponential form, since there's 2 2s, it goes 2 to the second. Since there's 2 3s, 3 to the second. And there's 1 7, so just drop it down. That is prime factorization in a nutshell.